Hi guys, hello, how are you guys doing? I'm so excited to be here again, with another interesting tutorial. It's actually a DIY, so to say. I thought of making a hair bonnet for myself and my baby girl. So I have my fabric here. I'll be making use of this for my girl. And I have some different kinds of bands here. I'll be deciding on which one to use at the end of the day. And this is the lining that I'm going to be using for her, and I'm going to be using this material for her. And for myself, I'll be making do with this particular satin. This satin, it's not that heavy, it's a lightweight but a good quality. And I'm also going to be making use of this. That means I'm going to be using one as my main fabric and one as my lining. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get straight to the tutorial. Guys, for this DIY hair bonnet that I'm making for my baby girl, I've gone ahead to cut up my fabric 21. This is 21 inches. So right now I'm folding it into two, and I'm also going to fold it again. Watch my fold. I'll fold it into four. So you can see this edge I have opening. You can count 1 2 3 4 not. So this edge here, this is where you're going to be marking out the measurement that you'll be needing for the hair bonnet. For my girl, I'll go ahead and take 10 inches for her head circumference. At the end of the day, we are still going to be taking 10 inches. At the end of the day, we are still going to be drawing gathers, so I'm making do with 10 inches. So you go around. This is what we'll be having. So I have this satin fabric that I used for other ones. I'll place it on top. You may want to pin to hold your fabric in place. Please make sure you use a lightweight fabric. As you can see, this satin is a very light one. I got it by Fab. I got it from them. It's very light. If she's going to be wearing this hair bonnet, maybe don't use thick doll face satin. I don't think it's advisable. Then I'll cut it. Just use something lightweight. I have these bands that I've used before. I don't know. Let me check. I'll make do with this one, guys. I'll make do with that one. So after cutting out, you unfold your fabric. You unfold it. This is what we have. So I have my circle now, and I also have this one. You can see it's very lightweight. So lovely. You can see our circle. It's all cut out. So the next thing now is for us to cut out our band. So the next thing is for us to cut out our band. Let me set this aside. Let me repeat again. The wrong side is facing the wrong side of my satin. We are not going to be sewing it and turning it over. We are just going to be sewing around with a loose stitch. Guys, sorry about that. My lovely and beautiful people, we are going to sew around with a loose stitch and then draw our gathers. Like I said, the formula that works for me for all these stretchy bands, whether you're putting it on your waist or on the neck of your jersey, or you're using it for anything, or for your joggers, if the band is very stretchy, very stretchy, you times the circumference of, if it is the waist or ankle or your neck, like, or your head. Like now we are doing our head, the head circumference I'm working with is 20.5, and this 20.5, if it is a very stretchy band, you use 20.5 times 0.7, whatever it gives you, you use it. But my own case now, I'm going to be using 20.5 times 0.8. It's not that stretchy. Sorry. If you times this one, it's going to give you 14.35, which you can approximate it to 14 and a half. Sorry about this, 14 and a half. You approximate this 35 there to 14 and a half. But when I'm going to be using mine, 20.5 times 0.8, which will give me 16.4, I'll approximate it to 16 and a half. So my band for the head circumference of 20 and a half is going to be 16.5 approximately. So this is what we are going to be using. Yeah, because I don't want it too tight on her. But if you are doing like a neck of a polo shirt or something and you're using a very stretchy one, this one will give it that 0.7 will give it that, you know, we grab it and give you that fit. Just so you know, depending on what you're working with, or the effect you want to achieve. So you just know this formula and have it at the back of your mind. It works for me, and I'm quite sure that it's going to work for you. Having said that, let's come over here and cut out our band. I've already used this band for something, so let me see. Oh, this is 5. I had wanted it to be up to 5.5, but it's okay. I'll be making do with 4.5. So by the time I use half inches to join it, I'll still have 4. And if you fold 4 into 2, you'll be having 2 inches, which is perfectly well for our baby girl. So let's go with 4.5, and the calculation we made, we'll be making do with 16.5. So that will give me 8.25, 8.25. So that 8.25, we take it around 8.25. When you turn it, you have 8.5. Okay, we already. I'll be adding a half an inch to it. I still want to add that half an inch for my sewing allowance. So to sew it to my bonnet, we'll be needing it. So I have my, so guys, this is what we have. I added half an inch because at the end of the day I'm going to be, you know, joining this band with half an inch. So, and this is my fabric. So I'll go now to my machine. You pin it carefully down. You go over to my sewing machine now, and you know, sew it round with a loose stitch. Then I'll come back to the table and we continue. I run a loose stitch round my circle that I have here, and I carefully run 2 loose stitches in case one may accidentally cut. Like I always say, we are not perfect. I make do with the other one. And for my band here, I turn it over to the wrong side and I sew the 1/2 inch that we added for seam allowance. You may want to, run over it again and make sure that it's nice and you stitch it very well, guys. If you don't, sometimes it may end up, ripping off. So this is it. I'll set it aside. Then you carefully draw your gathers. We all know how to draw gathers. There is nothing too hard about it. Anyways, sometimes it can be hard. It can be funny at times. I know we all know what I'm talking about. So I'll carefully draw my gathers around now. So you carefully and gently draw your gathers round. We all know how to do this. I hope so. If you don't know, you may just want to be very careful about it. And so let me draw the gathers round then to the head circumference of the child. Then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm done. So when you're done, you carefully distribute it evenly. You carefully distribute it evenly and make sure that you distribute it very well so that one area will not be more pokey than the other. So like this area where I started my gathers is still a bit open. So guys, then you measure. You have to measure to know that you have the head circumference of the child, which we have 20.5. I still have my threads on in the case I need to, draw more gathers, so I need to loosen it a little bit. I'll have my way around. So this is okay. It's okay. 10.25 is okay. So I may now carefully cut off my thread. But before I do that, let me cut it a little bit and tie a knot. Because these gathers of a thing, they have a funny way of reacting sometimes too. I want to be sure that everything is sealed. I don't want to give myself a double work at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah. Okay guys, you can carefully now, trim off all these rough edges from like so. Okay, you carefully check. I'm okay with the way it's looking, guys. You can see that her hair is going to pass through. This is the wrong side. It's not actually the wrong side. The aim of this is, you see, she can wear it. It's just reversible. She can wear it on both sides. Look at that. She can wear this side. She can turn it over. Here we have 2 options. So I'll come in now with this is our band. We've already sewn it with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'll place it where you place your band, like so. You pin it round. So the next thing to do is to go over to our sewing machine and sew down the band, after which, after sewing it round, the first one, I will turn it over now and fold my band. Anyway, I will show you the process. Let me not worry your pretty head. So the first step is now go over to the sewing machine, sew round. That's the first thing. So guys, I'm done with the first step. So this is what we have. That is the first thing. The first thing we did now, we took our band, place it, sew it round. This is how my band is looking. So the last step now is to, let me flip it over so you can see. So you now turn your band like this. Look at it. So turn it like this. So you may also fold it a little bit in the band, fold it in, not much. Fold it in like a quarter or less than a half an inch is okay, or you make do with half an inch. You pin it. This side that I joined, so guys, you pin it down because we are going to give it our last touch, which is stitching it around now here. I'm done pinning it down. This is it, guys. It's very comfortable. So guys, this is it. I'll go to my sewing machine now. Just my opinion, this one is more comfortable than the one with elastic band. Just my candid opinion. But why, if you are using elastic, please make your elastic a bit loose so that it feel comfortable on you. You don't want to wear something and you are in pain, you know. So guys, let me go over to the sewing machine and carefully sew it down and show you the final look, and our bonnet is ready to be worn. Look at that. So I'm done sewing it down. This is what we have. This side, let's assume this side is the front, this particular side. So I was precise and make sure that it comes out pretty well. Of course, you cannot get it exact on the wrong side, but you make sure you do your best on the wrong side. Keep it cool as well. But this right side, I made sure that everything is nice. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Look at this. It's so beautiful. It's going to accommodate her rasta or whatever she's having, and it feels good. This place feels so good and soft. You can make it with African print, but make sure it's a lightweight material, not materials that are so heavy. You can use different kinds of your band. This one is multicolors. If you are using, if I'm using a doll face satin that is heavy, you can use a single layer. You don't need to line it, and if you are lining it, you may use a very light lining like a suit lining. You explore and experiment things. I'm so sorry for not being constant due to here that we are always up and doing, but I'll try my possible best. Whenever I see or learn anything new, you know, I won't hesitate to just rush down and bring it to you hot. As it is hot, I'm going to serve you hot with the latest in town. Aside from, I don't know how, I have not heard of that, or I'm not so sure, because I like doing things that I have experiment, and I'm sure that it will work for you, because it won't be much of my benefit if I do things that will not work. At the end of the day, you practice it and it didn't come out fine. So guys, stay safe, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by, as you're also supporting me, as you're helping me grow my channel, as we are growing together. I pray that the Almighty God will help you in all areas of life, whatsoever that you're doing, and that God will make a way for you, provide for you. I know how hard it is, especially this COVID time, and I love you guys. Please hit that subscribe button, share my videos, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel, guys. Love you. Stay safe. Bye bye.